carpers, we're back again. Another little day session, same water. Managed to even get in the same peg. So the rod's, well, the spod rod was already clipped up from the other day. So I've just topped up the bait. I've had to come a little bit more to the left though, as there's an angler to me right. So obviously I don't want to encroach on his water and obviously line pressure and what have you. So yeah, I thought I'd come a little bit more to the left. But yeah, the conditions today look absolutely bang on. Westerly wind, overcast, we've had a little bit of drizzle. It looks brilliant, it looks absolutely spot on for it today. Rods have been fishing now probably about half an hour or so, 3/4 of an hour. Just had a bream on the left hand rod, which was obviously further away from the spot than what it was the other day, which is not ideal really. But yeah, they're out there, they're fishing. It's not going to be the longest videos again today. It's not going to be, like I say, quick day sessions, you know what I mean? There's not much you can really cover in a day session. I might have a look at a few rigs in a bit, show people how I approach this time of year with what sort of rigs I'm using. Got full confidence in my rigs, although today I have tried a different hook pattern. I've gone for a long shank, which everybody seems to be ranting and raving about at the minute, these long shanks and how fast they turn and how good the hook holds are. So I thought I'd give them a go myself. The only thing is with this water is obviously it's quite pressured water, it has been for a long time, and it does see a lot of anglers. A couple of fish's mouths aren't in the best of conditions, so I suppose if you're hooking them then you're doing something right, aren't you? But when we get, if we get one on the bank, I say when, but if we get one on the bank, I'll have a little look at the hook hold and see if I can get some footage of the hook holds, because that's another thing I look a lot into, is my hook holds, because they give you a lot of information back on how your rigs are reacting, whether your rigs are too long, whether your rigs are too short, whether your hook baits are too buoyant. It could be anything. So today I've gone with a couple of Snowmans to start off with again, because that's what I ended up back on the other day. I ended up back on the Snowmans, and I had obviously a couple of fish from the previous video. So yeah, I thought I'd just give you a little introduction of what's going on today. See what we can do, see if we can nick a couple, because like I say, the conditions today are absolutely crying out for it. I know we had that frost, was it last night or the night before? That may have slowed them down a little bit, but I've just spoken to an angler who's just done the night, and he's just come off this morning. He's had 4 through the night, so they could be feeding in the darker hours now, which usually happens at this time of year. This time of year you tend to, your activity tends to be at the night, in the night time, and first thing in the mornings you get a lot of shows, you get a lot of them boshing about, and they're looking for food, aren't they, at the end of the day this time of year, ready for that winter, trying to build up the fat reserves. But when you get them first frosts, obviously that definitely slows things down. So that frost the other night may have slowed them down a little bit, but you've got to be in it to win it, ain't you, carpers? At the end of the day, if you're not in it, you ain't going to catch them. You ain't going to catch them sitting in your living room at home watching them on the telly. That's the way I see it. And any time on the bank's better than being at home, I think, or better than being at work anyway. So yeah, I'll get back to you soon, and we'll see what we can do today. Right then, carpers, first one on the bank. I did say I was going to show you the hook holds, but this fish's mouth is absolutely knackered. I don't even know how it's managed to pick a bait up, but it's more than welcome. Let's get it up for you. It's a shame really, because it's a stunning looking fish, absolutely stunning. Let's take another Snowman off the baited spot. So it's a blank sabre, quite early in the session as well really, so let's flip around, get the other side for you. Just be nice and calm. How's that, carpers? Not a bad start. Say about 15, 16 maybe. Not bad at all that. Slip her back, see if we can get another one. Go on, darling, off you go. Lovely. Well then, carpers, I'll give you a little update on what's going on. Pretty quiet since I've had that last fish. Put a little bit of bait out, but this wind's now decided to kick in, and massive crosswind blowing. So it's making it a little bit tricky to get the rigs where I want them. But they're out there, they're fishing. The fish are obviously feeding. I had that one already. But yeah, it's pretty quiet. I expected it to be quite quiet really. I'm quite surprised I had that one early on. I've just been sat here watching the lake and there's not much showing. The only fish I have seen show have actually been on the back of the wind, which I'm quite surprised about. I thought with this big westerly pushing across, they would have got on the wind, but no, they seem to be sitting on the back of it. And obviously it's a pretty heavily stocked lake, and there's a lot of fish in here, so I don't think the fish are going to be far away. The bait's there. You know they want the bait. You know, I'm on the same bait as I was the other day, the hemp and the cell. Same thing. Similar up baits. I've had a bite on the pink today, which I had 2 bites on the pink the other day as well. So the other rod I'm just sort of playing around with. I've gone from a yellow, which did the bream. I tried an orange for an hour or two, and I've just moved over to a white one. Just something visual that's going to stand out in the faces, and try and get one of them just to pick it up. But like I say, with this wind, it's making it a little bit tricky to get the rigs where I want them to be. But they're out there, they're fishing. Just put back. Hey up, we're in, live. Well then, carpers, that one wasn't meant to be either. Playing it for a couple of minutes, up pull on these new, well, I say new, but a new style of hook for me anyway, these long shank X's. Thought I'd give them a go, but like I say, a lot of the fish in here, the mouths are a bit battered, so I don't know. I'll put the rig back out again. I'll give it the benefit of a doubt on that first one, but it would have been nice to have shown you the one that I got to take while I was recording. Couldn't have happened at a better time, that really, could it? But this crosswind's making it really hard now. It's really, well, hard, I see, tricky to get on the spot properly within the first cast, really. So I'm having to make 2 or 3 casts, which isn't ideal. But they're not mega spooky on here anyway. Like I say, they do respond to the sound of the spom anyway, so. But the lake's now starting to fill up, as it would be, because it's a Saturday afternoon. There's a fair few anglers coming on now, so the spom's going out everywhere and all the rest of it, so it might push the fish around a little bit, but I don't know. Today just doesn't seem, the conditions are screaming out for it, but with this crosswind, it's getting that line lay, you know what I mean? You're getting that big bow in the line, it's pulling the lead short of the spot, so you have to put an extra wrap on, which obviously, I don't know if people know, if you get big crosswinds like that and you get a bow in the line, it always tends to either put a wrap on to take to to compensate, sorry, for the bow in the line. So, but yeah, we're trying. Hopefully I'll get another one for you. Like I say, today wasn't going to be the best vlog, or whatever they're called anyway, but there's rods in the water, you got a chance. So thanks to all the people on the last video a couple of days ago that are subscribed and liked the video. Much appreciated. Could definitely do with a few more subscribers. But obviously my videos, the quality is not going to be as good as some of these lads out there that have got all the Fandango cameras and the sports cameras, but it's something I'll look into once I start getting a bit more serious. But just looking out on the lake now, you can't make it out on here. I've got a flat spot coming up now right over the bait, so there's definitely fish feeding, but it could be the bream. Got spawns going out in the distance there, but yeah, it could be the bream. Always a telltale sign when you're using oils in your baits. I mean, I'm not putting any additional oil in the bait anyway. The only oil that's actually in the bait is from the hemp seed itself, because I managed to get a couple of bags of hemp seed that were uncooked, and I've cooked them up myself, which I always like to do. But yeah, I'm getting a little bit of a flat spot coming up there, so hopefully the fish are out there and they're feeding, and like I say, the conditions look absolutely bang on. If this crosswind wasn't as strong as what it is and got to get a better line lay on it, you'd be rubbing your hands, you know what I mean? It'd just be a matter of time. Well then, carpers, back home. One fish, one loss. Bit of a crap day really. Wind absolutely destroyed it. Just couldn't do anything through that wind. But yeah, if you've liked this video and any of the other videos, please subscribe to the channel, give us a like, give us a comment. I'll get back to you. Take it easy, carpers. On to the next time.